On behalf of the Franklin Police Department, the Brentwood Police Department, the Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and Juvenile Court, welcome to Criminal Justice Day. This is something that we do each year that really seems to resonate with you guys. You get to see up close and personal some of the cool things that we get to do every day.
It's just a blessing to get to see the young people and to see how educated they are about the matters of the world and about what they think and perceptions are in law enforcement. Many of them want to get into the career, and gives us an opportunity to talk to them and tell them what a big honor it is to be a police officer and how much of a privilege it is to get to serve our community, and hopefully lead them in that direction to where they'll make that decision when they become an adult.
We've been able to bring 165 kids from Williamson County criminal justice classes here to the Ag Center to meet with all of our officers from Franklin Police, Brentwood Police, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and Juvenile Court. What a great opportunity to share what we love about what we do with people who have an interest in it.
No, they just don't have governors in it. Most cars have governors and they'll cut off at a certain speed. Ours don't have the governor.
Have you ever driven one before? I want to be.
Yeah, I've driven this.
Is it like really hard to drive it?
It's different.
Do you ever get nervous?
The other one? This
Hold
is
on. In place. No, it's just music that's going.
Well, later on, when I graduate high school, I want to be a lawyer. So I felt like if I did criminal justice, I could learn about the law, and it would help me introduce, so I could be prepared and know what's going on.
Well, I've always had a huge interest in criminal justice. I'm planning also to go in law enforcement when I do attend college. So that's what really drew me into that class. To prepare for my future career possibly.
What's something that you look forward to learning more about?
I learned about the meth truck over there, where you put this big yellow yellow suit on, and then you put these rain boots on and a mask, and you can't breathe in the chemicals, or it can kill you because some of them are so dangerous.
One of the sayings that truly defines who I am, a police officer who's really had an amazing career filled with a lot of opportunity, is a policeman is a little boy who grew up to be what he said he was going to be. I always knew that I wanted to do this. I didn't want to do anything else. And so it's just an honor to really have had this career and get to look out into the crowd of folks like you that also have an interest in law enforcement. Standing here, I see many of you just kind of where I was back when I was in high school. There was no doubt that that's what I wanted to do, and that's why we worked so hard to put this kind of program on for each of you. Right?
It's really exciting because it's not just a lecture about what they do. They actually get to demonstrate it, show maybe some real life scenarios of what they would do in those scenarios. So that's really exciting, and of course it grabs everyone's attention because they're like, hey, that's pretty cool, and it gives them more interest into what they want to do possibly.
My partner's name is Canine Axel. Axel is 8 years old. He is all of our dogs are German Shepherds. You may or may not see, I'm not sure if there's the other ones here today with the county, but in police work you come across two different breeds majority doing the work that we do, which is dual purpose work. We find drugs, we train our dogs to find drugs or bombs, and we also train our dogs to locate human odor, and then ultimately if we ended up finding the suspect, we end up apprehending them if that opportunity arises. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through a couple of quick things. Time is not going to dictate us to go through our full demo like we normally do, but we at Franklin have 4 canine teams. That's 1 dog and 1 handler. We do all of our training in-house. We go when we purchase dogs that have little to no training, we bring them back here and we train them up and we put them on the street. Over the course of the last 3 years, we go to national certifications with the organization that we certify through, which is the United States Police Canine Association. Over the last 3 years, in 2012, we had the #2 dog in the country overall. 2013, we had the number 6 dog in the country, and last year we had also again had a number 2 dog in the country overall. So the product that we are able to give, not just now, but over the history of our unit, has been very high for the productivity that we look for. So obviously we've covered why we use police dogs, and sorry, I'm trying to catch myself up. So we've got 4 dogs. As I said, my partner's name is Axel. Our sergeant, who can't be here, who is our in-house trainer, he is Sergeant Aaron Compton. He's unable to be here. He had a previous engagement that he had to attend. His partner's name is Canine Thor. Thor is a 5.5-year-old German Shepherd. He comes from Holland. Axel comes from the mountains in Czechoslovakia. So all of these dogs come from Europe. We get these dogs from Europe because over there they still train their dogs to actually be working dogs. Here in the United States, typically what we do and what most people look for are dogs that look good. If you talk to a breeder that breeds a certain type of dog, if that dog has one slight thing about them that is not the best quality, they will sell that dog or they will give that dog away because it degrades the breed, if you will. So I've introduced myself. I've introduced our sergeant trainer who can't be here. I'm going to pass the mic along to these 2 guys and then we'll get going, okay?
Morning, everybody. Welcome, new folks. I imagine you're the ones who are coming from Centennial, is that right? Yeah. Well, I'm Officer Martinez. My partner's name is Bolo. I've been with the unit since May of 2013. He was on the street for a year and a half before I got him. So my training consisted of about 17 weeks of training to get caught up with him. And he's still far smarter than I am to this day. Great unit. Franklin Police Department's a great police department. And the units that we work with are the other agencies such as County and Brentwood. We have great relationships. And when we get called out, a lot of times we'll go and support County. If their dogs aren't available, and we'll also go to Brentwood. Wherever someone calls, we also do tracking and apprehension, as Officer Spotty said. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Danny Thornton.
Morning, everybody. My name is Officer Danny Thornton. I've been with Brentwood Department for 4.5 years. I've been in K-9 since June of 2013. It's about a year and a half or so. My K-9 partner's name is Jaeger, which is a German word that means hunter. He just turned 5 in February, so he's right where he needs to be. He's kind of, figured out everything. He knows the whole city. If we go by certain areas like our training field, he'll start getting excited. So, like Mike said, these dogs are really smart. If I'm going to make a traffic stop or something, he knows I'm going to do it before I even touch my radio, and he starts getting excited because he knows we're about to do stuff. These dogs just study you all day long. They know every facial expression. If you do something at home, like grabbing your car keys or something, they know what's going on. We're about to show you some of the things that we're going to do. We're going to kind of move through this pretty rapidly as we're short on time. I think Brett's going to go grab Axel, and we're going to get started. He's going to go grab Axel, and he's going to do, every year we have to go through a yearly certification through the United States Police Canine Association. It's a yearly thing, and there's 5 events that you have to compete in, and they're judged, and you get points and to get certified to have your dog as a patrol dog on the street. One of those events is called obedience. Officer Spivey is going to grab Axel and give you an obedience demonstration. And I'm going to let Mike kind of walk you guys through what the obedience entails.
Now, how many of you guys have dogs again? Raise your hands. Okay. How many of your dogs can sit on command and heel as you walk? That's pretty good. These dogs not only heel as they walk, but they go up obstacles, which is part of the agility phase. They do the obedience phase. They do apprehension as well. One of the days is gunfire, where a suspect will be out in the field about 30 yards away, fire off some blank rounds, and immediately your dog goes and bites them. How many kids here want to put on the suit and get bit today? I didn't think so. That's right. Who is getting bit today? I think it's Officer Spivey. You are, huh? You're brave. I'll tell you what, the first time that I ever did it, it was when we were interested in going through K-9. Danny and I both became K-9 officers on the same day. It's probably one of the most intimidating things to do as a new handler. Even though the dogs are great and they have fun when they're out and about and you're playing with them, Once that suit goes on and they get the command, there's a whole different side of the dog. And as Officer Thornton said, our dogs know when we're going to a call that we've got dispatched. If my radio goes off and I pick up that handset, he starts to cry and run circles in the county because he knows we're doing something. And an emergency call, the tone will go out and he'll start crying. That right there is Canine Axel. Axel's just about 8 years old, and he's a great dog. That was a commanded down. Officer Spidey's going to demonstrate some of the obedience right now. And right there, he just called him to a finish. Axel also learns to follow along with Officer Spivey as far as his speed is concerned. If he's running, he'll run beside him. If he walks real slow, he'll go real slow. And that's his reward. These dogs have 4 drives primarily. Prey drive, food drive, hunt drive. As you can see, he let go on command. And there he goes again. And that's pretty impressive, guys. For a dog to be able to sit there and have that much constraint. It's important for us on the street also. When we're dealing with the public or dealing with suspects, to be able to verbally command the dog is very important. We need to have control over it. It's all about the toy. These two have been partners for a long time. The relationship's real good. It's hard to find another team that has this good of a connection. It's also important to be able to give your dog commands from far away. And there you see he's giving him commands by hand as well. That's pretty impressive.
He's not going to feel the fight. As you can hear, Cannon Bull's pretty excited. He knows exactly what's going on. He sees Brett standing out here. He's got the sleeve. As you can see, these dogs have tremendous jaws. He's holding on. He's not going to let go. There's no let go. That's exactly what you want in a police dog. That was the rule out.
Step back.
Now he's going to search the suspect to make sure he's not hiding any weapons or contraband. As I said, that's exactly the kind of bite you want. You want him to hold, bite and hold. You don't want him chomping away at the guy's arm like a steak. You want him to hold on to it, just like Bull is doing right now. As you can see, Bolo loves getting the bite. That's a dog's favorite thing by far.
I learned about the canine unit and how they have German Shepherds from all over like the world who have been like training and searching for drugs, like different types of drugs, like marijuana, cocaine, weed.
Driver, let me see your hand. Driver, hands out of the vehicle right now. With your left hand, open the door from the outside and step out of the vehicle. Slowly come out. Let me see your hands. Keep your back facing us. Put your hands on your head. Turn around. Step back to my voice. Keep coming. Come back to my, open the door there. Get that passenger out the back. Step back. Back to my voice. Backseat passenger, let me see your hand. Driver, step back quickly to my voice. Passenger, let me see your hand. Get out of the vehicle right now. We're sending the dog. I'd say he got the bad guy. What do you guys think? Officer Thorne and Canine Yeager. Let's hear it for Officer Spivey right here. Officer Kenneth Gibbs. I'm Officer Martinez. You guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Any other questions? All right, we're going to turn it over to the next group.
I think it's a great idea because it's really, it really opens the minds, I guess you would say, of high schoolers on what we want to do. Even if they're not going to go into, law enforcement, it just gives them a good idea of what maybe a certain job would be like, a certain career would be like. And I think it's really cool, they grab all the schools and bring them here for everyone to experience that.
The way we start the dogs in training for drugs is to play with their toy drive. This is what they think drugs are. They've never seen the drugs. They've never tasted the drugs. Anybody ever heard the rumor that we get our dogs addicted to drugs so they will find them? That was one of the biggest rumors a long time ago when they started using dogs for drugs, is that we get our dogs addicted to drugs. That's why they want to find them all the time, because, oh my God, we got to have dope. That's not it. They want to play. They don't know what the dope looks like. So what we do is we get plain towel, we roll it up, we put it with the dope that we want them to learn to smell. When they're playing tug with this, what's right above their mouth? Nose. There we go. Come on, people. Come on. Their nose. So their nose, they're learning the odor of that drug. So they're learning to find that drug. So what we do then is we teach them these boxes right here. There's going to put out 4, 6, 8 boxes, and you see a hole in the top, a big round hole. They'll go to each of those boxes, they'll stick their nose to that hole, they'll see if there's anything in that box. So you will see when the dog, we want to use Canine Lexer, which is the partner to Deputy Mike Grandy. He is our 8-year-old shepherd. He will be retiring later on at the end of the year, and that old man has found, I think, his biggest money find that was drug associated was $240,000. He found 3 pounds of heroin, 2 pounds of heroin. He's found, I would say, at least 100 pounds of marijuana in various quantities. The dog is just an awesome dog. He has a great nose. So what we're going to show you here is we're going to show you how we actually start the dogs. Just something simple. The dogs can walk by, sniff the boxes. When you see the dog tell you which box he's going to get, my partner, Deputy Bennett, will come in behind him, and you'll see him throw this towel in. What he's doing is replicating that towel, when the dog scratches on that box, that towel is jumping up out of that box, and he has found what he's looking for. You'll see him walk away from that box. He cares nothing about that the drugs are still in that box, that the odor is even still there. He has his toy. He's done for that go around. Let's watch this. So that shows you that the dog, he wants to check everything, because obviously he wants to make sure that there's not something somewhere else too. What he did, he just found a ½ ounce of cocaine. So that's what was in that box. You can take a look at the boxes around, there's no box. We have people go, oh, they just learned that that's the box. Y'all got to, we tell them it's box number 3. You can move the boxes around. We're going to go around too. Let's move the boxes around. You can see that it doesn't matter where it's going to be. The dog's going to come back and find it again. Like I said, he is a great dog. That dog came from the Czech Republic. He is a sable dog. Deputy Grandy named him Lexer, which actually means man's defender. How about that? Did you find it again? Was that the right box? Awesome job, thank you. And yes, it was the correct box. You can come check and there's nothing in the other boxes. So that's how we start the dogs. And once they learn the simple things like the boxes, then we'll move over into, how many people have been to schools where we come in and search your school? I know we've been at Centennial. I don't know what year y'all turn. We've been to every high school. We've been to Franklin, we've been to Brentwood, we've been to Independence, we've been to every high school in the county. Maybe not this year, but we'll be there shortly. Okay? So just so that you know. So what do we do when we go into the schools? Obviously we look at lockers, we look at backpacks, inside the school, any packages that are sitting around. This is Brentwood officer here. His dog's name is Lexi, and he is, that's one of the Belgian Mounts. You see the difference in the way that they look. And you're also going to see a difference in the alert. So we have backpacks in a room. They go and smell the backpacks. Let's see if she can find her, see if she can find where the drugs are going to be in those backpacks. Now, if you notice, what did Lexer do? Lexer scratched on the box, correct? His dog's what we call a passive alert dog. His dog sits, and to let you know where the final indication. The dog does a lot of things to tell you that the drugs are there. You've got to watch the subtle things the dog does. The dog may be coming down through here at a good walk, and all of a sudden when he gets into the odor, slows down. The dog may be a slow walker and speed up when they smell the dope. You'll see a dog that'll wag their tail a lot. When they get to the drugs, they'll stop wagging their tail. Their body will become stiff. They want to sniff harder, so they'll breathe harder through their nose. There's a lot of things that tells us that we know that they're in drug odor. The final thing that they do is either scratch or sit. Passive, active alert. See if you run them again. There you see the difference in the two kind of alerts that we train with drug officers to give us. Obviously, the backpack, you have 1/2 pound of cocaine in that backpack.
It's really important that, because a lot of people may not know about that, may know what the certain career is like, or what the job in criminal justice is like. So, you know, like I said earlier, bringing out all the vehicles and what K-9 units, SWAT team, it just really shows, you know, firsthand on what it's like.
Okay. All right, what that was is just a simulation of a vehicle takedown. Something what we do, we had a suspect that was mobile, and we had to take him out of the vehicle. Let me tell you a little bit about us, what we do. We are responsible for handling any hostage situations, any barricade situations. We do the high-risk warrant services for the police department, whether it be from the narcotics unit or from regular CID. We are allotted 15 members, so got maybe half the team here, not quite. 15 members and 4 tactical medics, so for a total of 19 people. These officers come from various units within the police department. We have some that are on patrol, we have some that are in CID, we have some in professional standards, flex team, they come from all over the place. To get on the team, you have to be a police officer for 2 years. After that, we do an in-house week-long SWAT school. During that school, you have to take physical fitness tests designed specifically for SWAT, and you have to shoot a 90% or better on the pistol qualification course. Okay, to maintain certification with your handgun as a police officer, you have to shoot 76% or better. For us, you have to shoot 90% better. Okay. Once these guys get on the team, we're divided into 2 sub-teams, and one of those teams is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And they rotate that every 2 weeks. Okay, so for the 2 weeks at a time that you're on call, it means you can't drink, you can't be any further than 45 minutes away from the police department at any given time. So that counts if you're at home and asleep and we get called out, you got 45 minutes to get to the scene wherever we're called to. So it does kind of limit your lifestyle a little bit. It's a fairly large commitment.
These kids have had an opportunity to see some really cool stuff that we take for granted because we do it every day. But they got to see the SWAT team, they got to see flashbangs, they got to see our K-9 units and how they search for drugs and how they pull non-compliant suspects literally out of a car. They got to see a lot of things up close and personal. Those looks at things behind the yellow crime scene tape, things that they don't usually get close enough to see. We were able to bring them here into this controlled environment to give them a very good look at some of the cool things we get to do every day.